Hi, it's Chef Rick, and today I'm making Greg's chicken bake.
So here's the chicken bake from Greg's. First thing we're going to do is get some chicken breast, and as we always do with chicken breast, get it from your butcher, but just always give it a little feel, and any of those little connecting areas at the top of the breast, just remove those. You want this to be absolutely all perfect little bits of breast. Any little bits of fat or anything that's hanging on, just trim it all off so you're working with lovely, clean, perfect meat. We want this in small cubes, so as with anything, we always will slice it into long strips and then take each of those strips and then just chop that strip up into small pieces. So you're going to be left with perfect chicken breast, just like that. We're going to make a slurry out of corn flour, so that's just corn flour and water. You can use milk for these, but for this one we're just going to use water. Mix it with your fingers. It takes a long time to mix, and the very bottom bit of it seems like it stays solid, but it doesn't. If you just give that a good mix round, this is a perfect thickening agent, and like I say, it's called corn flour slurry. That's what we're making. Into a hot pan, no oil in there, just get a frying pan really hot, because you want this to be a very quick process. We're going to first of all put in our chicken breast. Just make sure that that's as much of that is touching the frying pan as possible. And we're obviously looking to cook this, but we just want to get some nice colour on there as well. We want it to be, that colour is flavour. So we're just going to cook that round. This is probably had no more than a minute so far. And once that's had maybe 2 to 3 minutes, you can see that all of the chicken, there's no pink anywhere, and some of the pieces that have caught have got lovely dark bits on them. That's where we want to add our chicken stock. Chicken stock, that is just a stock pot in a jug. Very simple. Just a chicken stock pot in about 450ml of boiling water, and enough chicken stock in there to make sure that the bottom of the pan is all covered. We can always add more, but just add enough to cover the bottom of the pan. In goes some of the corn flour slurry. Stir it again just before you put it in, and again you can always add more. If you add too much in the beginning, this will go way too thick and it's quite difficult to then thin back down, so just add a little bit. So now you've got that in a bit of a chicken gravy. To that chicken gravy, we're going to add a bit of double cream. All quantities will be down in the description below, of course. And now to make it lovely and rich and indulgent, we're just going to add some cream cheese. So you can see that is a really beautiful creamy chicken sauce now. If it gets too thick, you can add some more of the stock. If it gets too thin, add a little bit more of the corn flour until that's at the right consistency. Season it to taste, so just a little bit of salt and pepper. Doesn't need a lot because you have got that stock in there as well, and the cream cheese. Taste it first to see whether or not you even want to add this, but I would always add just a little bit of salt and pepper. That's pretty much it. That's the filling mixture for the chicken bake. You can do anything with lovely creamy chicken like that. Put it on a jacket potato or just in a sandwich or anything you want. But for this purpose, we're going to get it in a bowl and we're going to let it cool completely before we add it to this store-bought Filo pastry. Don't try and make this yourself. You can make this yourself, but you're making a Greg's slice, so you know. No need really. It's all the same. All the store-bought stuff is the same. Weirdly, I find Tesco's to be the best one, better than even the main brand. I forgot what the main brand's called. Pillsbury. The Tesco one seems to be better. This is an egg wash where we're just going to whisk up an egg, and we're going to use this as, first of all, it's going to be like a glue to hold these two pieces of pastry together, but it's then also going to be brushed all over the top to give this a really beautiful colour when it's come out of the oven. Like I say, the first bit we're going to use it for is glue, so you're just going to go over the edges of your what will ultimately be the bottom of your chicken bake. Filling in the middle, keep the filling neat, as in like in the centre. You don't want it overflowing over the edges because it will just pile out, but don't be tight with it, you know, put plenty in there as well, because obvious reasons. It's going to be delicious. First thing you'll do is just press those edges down onto the egg washed edge. Now they stick all right, actually, to be honest with you, but what you then want to do once you've done that and made sure everything's nice and secure is you're just going to take a fork, and what this does, it seals all the edges together. So you're taking those two bits of pastry, pushing them down with that fork, they're combined into one, so it's going to stop any leaks coming out. All the way around the edge. And then we're going to put some wavy cuts in the middle of this with a sharp knife. So Greg's do it. It's going to get an egg wash in a minute. You'll see me doing the egg wash. And then I'll put it on a baking tray in an oven at 200 degrees for 20 minutes. For some reason, I filmed putting it on a baking tray, but I don't know what I did with it. I can't find it anywhere. So you're just going to have to use your imagination. But this is about to go onto a baking tray and into an oven at 200 degrees for 20 minutes. All this will be down in the description below, of course. So you take that onto the baking tray, and here we go, 20 minutes later, that's what comes out the oven. It's a Greg's chicken bake. Unlike the steak bake that we make at home that kind of tastes a little bit posher and a little bit better, that tastes exactly like the Greg's chicken bakes. Absolutely delicious. Hope you have a go at making it yourself. It's super easy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.